and they can take it out if they...
Stalkers have no blink.
One Colossus goes down for the cost of a Viking. That's a pretty good trade for the Terran, as long as he doesn't do it so many times that there are still Colossi left with no Vikings.
Yeah, I mean, that maneuver just now helped that Terran player. He's closing in the supply gap, you know. It's all closed up now.
Yeah. So we're probably going to see a more or less passive game for the next 3 minutes or so until at least one of them gets maxed out. Normally this is when the Terran player would be trying to get something going with drops, but it looks like he just doesn't really want to risk his medevacs that way or something.
Now here we go. See this Terran player just about to have his 1-1 finish. It's finishing up just about now. And our Protoss player is 2-1. You know, 3-2 on the way.
Wow.
So even if they are even in supplies, our Protoss player is going to be just a bit ahead and upgrades the whole game. And of course ahead in economy.
This is the game that Believe wants to play. Like, if everything goes his way, this is pretty much where he ends up right now. Taylor's trying to make it uncomfortable in any way he can, but he's not getting anything done.
Yep. Very nice observer placement, pylon placement, catching those drops. And our Terran player still on the prowl. It's always interesting to me, you know, in the Terran versus Protoss matchup, it's always the Terran constantly out roaming the map. You know, I think it's just kind of something you have to do as the Terran. You know, as long as you're not pinned up in your base, it's just kind of what the Terran does. It's just his role, much more maneuverable.
Yep. Well, that pylon's not going to get anything. The Protoss could engage here if he wants to. He's at 190 supplies.
He could.
160.
I think the Terran knows that.
Wait for Storm or something. Yeah, the Terran does not want to engage at all right now. I don't think he should be retreating this far, though. He always wants to try to get in a position where his Vikings can get free shots on the Colossi if they move at all. But it looks like Killer's just kind of scared of that Protoss army. He should be, but this isn't the right way to deal with being scared of things.
Charge is pretty much done. Storm is on the way, taking that fourth.
A Zealot for a Mule. Not too big of a trade deficit for either player there, really.
Ghosts are in production.
As well.
Yep, and Ghosts are in production, so his Terran player definitely has some foresight on the fact that, you know, he knows this Protoss player is going to be phasing in High Templar. And he's adjusting his play for that.
Oh, and he's going to lose that drop for free.
Ooh, no, it gets away.
Those High Templar were never going to catch up to it. I don't know.
Oh, he's going
to... For a second, the Templar have no move speed. That's a big fight.
Goodbye.
Oh, the Colossi for free. And
oh my.
Oh, wow.
Vikings just tearing apart the Colossi.
Well, that drop looks like it flew into the cannon and it didn't really accomplish much. Or else it turned back.
Protoss is still maxed, though. Trying to pick off some High Templar.
And so now we have the Terran pinned on his side of the map against the maxed out Protoss army, and that's not really an ideal situation for Killer. He's going to try it, and it's not...
Storm on the Vikings. He is going to clean up those Colossi, though.
Wow.
Storm on a bio group in the back. Terran is losing a lot. And the Terran has no room to kite. These Zealots are just pinning him into the corner. The Terran is just getting thrown left and right.
Killer's going to try to do everything he can to hold on. If he could spend all his money, he could get back up near 150 supply, but even then it wouldn't really be enough. Losing his third, already lost his fourth effectively.
Yep. Blinking under, he's going to get that orbital. I believe the Terran has his 2-2 upgrades, but versus 3-2, now 3-3, I mean, down on upgrades, down about 70 supply. He would need a miracle at this point.
He's going to send a drop and a half up to the top side of the map. But I mean, what's that going to accomplish right now? There's Templar at the fourth. There's a warping in base up there, but it looks like he's not even going to go that far up, so he's not going to be able to cancel that. His attempt at relocating his fourth base down to the south gets shut down. He's trying to rebuild his third, but Killer doesn't really have a bank anymore, and now he doesn't have much of an income at all either.
Indeed, and I mean, the income for the Protoss right now, his gas is above 800. You know, he's working off at 8 geysers. You know, he's just going to be able to produce so many high Templar. He does get the fourth, though, with that drop and a half. Very nice pickup for the Terran player.
Yep, but now he's going to lose all the army he has left at his natural. The Protoss player just steamrolls through everything there. The Ghost gets some nice EMPs, but they're not quite enough to do anything. Archons with no shield remaining are still managing to fight.
Pulling SPVs versus Colossus, never a good idea.
That rarely turns out well, yeah. So it looks like we're going to get a game 3.
GG.